Before we headed to the speech live, we introduced him. Kansas Senator Roger Marshall has been standing by with us, and we're grateful for your time today, sir. Thank you so much. Just wanted to get your thoughts on what stood out to you. Again, a colleague of yours in the Senate now running for president.
Well, Emma, I thought that Tim Scott was Reaganesque during that speech. He's a great communicator, a happier warrior. He still believes that America is truly this bright, shining city on a hill. And I can tell you the person that you saw there today is the same person I see every day in the Senate. We work out together in the gym most every afternoon. He has a huge heart. He loves people. I've never heard a bad word out of his mouth. His faith it absolutely is his guide. He's a guy that could win the general election.
That's the question. And to win the general, you've got to win the primary. And then that's the big hurdle there, obviously, at least right now, is Trump. And there's a lot of talk about that. There's a lot of, in terms of Trump's policies, but what are Tim Scott's policies? Obviously, you're going to learn a little bit more about him, not only as a senator right now, but running as a presidential contender. One of the things that stood out to me in terms of what he would run on, he said that the country is, with the current administration, is retreating from faith. How important do you believe conservatives feel faith in their candidate will be in the voting booth?
I think it's a prerequisite. I think that our base wants a person of faith, a person that believes in God, that we're still one nation under God, but at the same time have respect for everybody's civil liberties as well. I think that's a piece of the puzzle. What we need, though, is a president that can deliver the message, that can use that bully pulpit to get people around him to get those policies finished, as well as just talking about it. We need someone that can finish the job, win a general election.
Again, we've seen some endorsements come out. He's set to be joined by Senator Thune also today, John Thune of South Dakota here. Any word on who you're watching, again, as the race begins to heat up?
You know, I'm watching all of them. I think that this is why we play the game, is to see who's going to win. I think it's iron sharpening iron. Tim Scott brings a breath of fresh air to the field as well. Can't wait till we get to that Iowa primary, which I guess is still months away.
Now, he said that he failed civics, Senator Scott did. He said, but he wasn't the only one in Congress that failed. I mean, it wasn't you, was it, Senator?
Well, I don't think so. My last B was, to be honest, sometime in 5th grade. But I get it. Tim Scott, what a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Very personable moment, too. It really had the entire crowd engaged, too. I don't believe I've seen a candidate bring a mother on stage and share that with the crowd. Definitely a different way to go about it. So, again, we'll continue to watch Senator Tim Scott there. I know that we have you here, too. While we have the time, obviously, the debt limit is a major issue, something that I know that you're watching, others are watching, too, as Senator Tim Scott's greeting others there. There is a meeting happening with House Speaker Kevin McCarthy today and President Biden in the Oval Office. That's around 5:30 Eastern Time. Said found common ground. Do you have any optimism for bipartisan politics, for the two sides coming together in a moment like this for the country?
Look, I don't think negotiations have even formally started for all practical purposes. What Joe Biden needs to realize, we're not going to give him another credit card unless he balances the budget, has some responsible spending. Like Tim Scott said today, we think that if people are able to work, that they should work. If they took on a school loan, they should pay back that school loan. We have some very reasonable requests that this president says are non-starters, but we're not going to blink. The Republicans are sticking together on this. We're not blinking. Joe Biden's not negotiating in good faith. And ball is in his court. It's up to him.
Again, that common sense sort of approach is what we heard from Senator Tim Scott during his announcement here. We're going to wait and see what happens with the debt ceiling negotiations. Those will likely continue. Senator Marshall, thanks for joining us today. We appreciate you spending the time.
Sean,
Great to see you. We appreciate that.
Here.
All right, we are past